Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch on this 03.13.2024. Current time is 0550 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside this Wednesday morning, hump day as it's called, and we're halfway through the weekend, or halfway through the week to making it to the weekend. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, Fireman Rich over there on X, at Fireman Rich over on X, at Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, at Fireman Rich on Blue Sky, at Fireman Rich on Instagram Threads, and on the public Facebook, just type in the real Fireman Rich. Or else you can just Google at Fireman Rich in Google, and you'll see where I'm at as far as that goes. We do have the morning coffee here, getting the day started here. We're pretty much almost on time, I guess. I used to do this 45 minute. I used to start this like at quarter after. Of course, I was getting up at 4:30 then. I got up at about 5:01 today, this morning, so it was a little less than an hour. But we're getting our day started for a hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. And I hope everybody had a great Tuesday yesterday. I had a very good Tuesday. We're going to be going over that. Very eventful. Well, we had one big event and stuff like that. So, but let's see. Currently, here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we have a temperature of what do I have up here? It hasn't changed, so it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to, get to the tab, 1 degree Celsius. So we're above freezing. And it's going to be a nice day today. It was a pretty nice day yesterday, gorgeous day. We didn't take a walk until late because we were a little busy. The missus and I, she had her volunteer work following up on her event from Saturday, all day event they had to do some follow-up stuff. And let's put that right. I'm gonna put that right there, I guess. And let's see. We're gonna have sunshine in my pocket today. We got sunshine and a little bit of a cloud mix. Very warm. High is 68. Okay, I'll take that. Very warm. Very warm to me is like in the high 80s and 90s, and we got an ad break in 5 minutes. Um, Hey, Tim Fan 40, good morning. Hey, good morning to you. Coming in from Michigan. I went to sleep at 3:30 p.m. yesterday and woke up at 5 a.m. Okay. Good morning. You got plenty of sleep, Dad. Um, as far as that goes, and kitty cats are running around here this morning. Winds are going to be out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sun will be rising this morning at 7:21 a.m., which is in about an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 29 minutes thereabouts. 7:21 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll be setting later tonight at 7:10. And Tina's there. Good morning, Tina. Glad to have you here. Go get the coffee, girl. And good morning. Glad to have you, Tina, our Jersey girl. For those folks that are watching on the replay, getting coffee. Okay, Tina, it's always get the coffee. That's the primary thing. Um, Tina's our Jersey girl coming in from New Jersey. But we're gonna have a pretty decent day, I guess. It's gonna be. I got sun, a little cloudy and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, if it's 68. 2 days ago it was up there in the 60s, but with the wind it was a little cool. Very nice yesterday. We took a walk after. Was it after lunch or before lunch? Oh, it was after lunch. After lunch because I got home and after what I had to do, which I'll talk about. And then the missus was just getting home too. So our world times and temperatures starting in Honolulu, Hawaii, where they're still in yesterday at 11:54 p.m. Boy, I am early, right? That's an indication I'm early. We got an ad break in 3 minutes there, Tina. 3 minutes, just to let you know, give you a countdown. And but Honolulu, Hawaii at 11:54 p.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 2:54 a.m. in the morning currently. Clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois at 4:54 a.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. And New York City, 5:55 a.m. The three fives, recognizing, honoring our fallen firefighters with that number. That's a significant number in the firefighting. 5 bells. They tap the bell 5 times, pause. 5 bells, pause. 5 bells, pause. In remembrance of never forgetting our fallen firefighters. 5:55 at 5:55 a.m. currently here in the southern tier of New York, upstate New York. Also clear skies down in New York City, the jungle as I call it, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. A little cooler, yeah, a little cooler. Across the pond in Cork, Ireland at 9:55 a.m. They have rain in Cork, Ireland, and it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit. But in Milan, Italy, it is sunny at 10:55 a.m. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. In Kuala Lumpur, it's sunny in Kuala Lumpur at 5:56 p.m. in their late and starting their early evening there. Yeah, it's late afternoon. It's dinner time there. Kuala Lumpur, sunny skies and clear, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan, where it's 6:56 p.m. in their evening, clear skies, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Melbourne, Australia, at 8:56 p.m. Cloudy skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia, 8:56 p.m. also, clear skies, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. Our thought for the day this morning comes from a gentleman. I think we've had this quote before because I've heard this one before a couple times. And it's also it relates to my travels of kicking the can down the road there. As far as when I glance back at stuff, it represents a significant crossroads in a manner of speaking for my life. But the gentleman is Robert Frost, a great American poet. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. His work was initially published in England before it became published here in the United States. So that's I don't know if it's because he lived over there or what, but he was born in San Francisco and lived to the age of 88, where he passed away in Boston, Massachusetts. But his quote and our thought for the day, and there are always great quotes and stuff. Okay, so here we go. 2 roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. And I'm sure people have heard that one. That's a very prominent quote from Robert Frost. 2 roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. And I guess how that's significant to me, I've told the stories. Before I met the missus, I was at that fork in the road. I was in my party and young bar hopping days, and after a particular fire incident, I found myself questioning myself and asking. I got 2 roads in front of me. I got 2 roads where I could keep on the path I'm going and just be wild and reckless, or else once I met the missus, it's like, well, that was the better road to take. So it did make all the difference in my life, I can say. And I don't forget that. So we got an ad break in progress right now. So we'll wait for the minute. Let's see, what are the ads? Let's see, we got Direct Energy. I don't know why they come up on this one. I've got like 3 other devices up. I don't get anything on anything else. So, this is a fairly long. That's a fairly long. Okay, so that was just a one commercial. Ad break ends in 26 seconds from what I'm seeing on 2 of my How many screens do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 screens up. Good morning.
Morning.
And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to go by OBS because the OBS one, yeah, I think that's the most current. So our community is back. So Tina, if you were blocked, we were just finishing up with the thought for the day. I'll repeat it. It's from Robert Frost, a great American poet. And two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost, and I don't know if you heard the fact that, you've heard me talk about this before, Tina, that I was at the crossroads before I met the missus. I met the missus, but we hadn't gone out yet. I had met her a year before, almost a year before. Was it a year before or 6 months before? But there was a fire incident in December of 1985 at Griffiths Air Force Base that I thought I was gonna bite the big one. and I could say it's one of the few times, handful of times that I was scared. I mean, literally scared. And then when my head cleared, I'm thinking, you know what? I could keep on doing what I'm doing, being the reckless, young bar hopping, young girl chasing guy, and I didn't really chase that many girls. I just say, I was, but I did hop the bars though, with my my fellow firefighters and fellow airmen back in the day, or get something started with that girl downstate that in the southern tier. Of upstate New York, and I took that road, and that's made all the difference for me. So when I see that quote from Robert Frost, it really hits home to me because it reminds me the path I traveled. I came down the right path in my life so far as that goes, and it was a significant path as far as I can honestly say, because it made me it gave me that particular incident gave me a pause to say, hey, I'm not, I guess it's the first time I realized, the first time in my life, and this is probably back when I was about 26, 27, I'm not indestructible. I thought I was, I thought I was the baddest and the greatest and stuff like that, and I could say I did have fun, but the thing of it is, thank God there's a guardian angel watching over me as far as that goes. So, gave me that choice, either take this road or that road, and I took the right road as far as because I'm still here today. Let's see. I wish I could say the same. I took the well. You could say that, Tina, but then again, I don't know. You know, you're here now. You have a daughter. There's some side things. Let's say that road that I took. Okay, it doesn't make it that much road. There's a lot of work there and stuff. Hey, Ted Hicks is there. Ted Hicks says good morning. Hello there, Mr. Ted Hicks, and the missus says good morning also. Happy Wednesday, sir. Glad to have you here. Haven't seen you. You've been a busy guy, I guess, because I have not seen your ass. Where have you been, sir? You're probably getting on the train, getting ready to go into the city. Be careful on those subways, sir. Are they as bad as they say they are, though? I get reports that they got the National Guard down there in the city now in the subways. They're not, and the thing of it is, our knucklehead governor, if you deploy the National Guard, you don't take their guns away. No. They had them there when they deployed them. They deployed them in the during 9/11, and I think that's I've been watching a little bit about that. That's a stupid idea. What are they going to do? Freaking bad guys are going to have guns down in most cases. For God's sakes, the National Guard, they're trained. Okay, so give me a break. I heard that and I'm like, it's just another oh, look what I'm doing as a governor and stuff like that. As far as that goes, I almost wish Como was back. I do not really care for this governor as far as that goes. But glad to have you, Ted. You just be safe on your travels into the city. Um, oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot about the National Day. Ted says yes, it's bad. We'll talk offline a bit about. Okay, Penn Station is a crap show. Oh God, I remember going down to New York City. My kid brother, when he would come up from Camp Lejeune, we would. There was a bus. I think the bus station is right next to Penn Station, because I remember we were waiting and Henry Dave. Okay, thank you, Henry Dave. Oh, from Facebook side. Okay, Henry Dave is liking my Facebook. Okay, thank you. Um, but I remember one time my father took me into Penn Station and said, "Let's go in Penn Station and stuff," and just to look at it. And I saw the grandeur of the main thing there, and but he used to take the bus and get off right up there. I think Penn Station's right at 42nd and something like that. I remember vaguely. Tim Fan says bunch of idiots carrying guns here in Michigan. Well, okay, I don't think they're all idiots, Tim, as far as my firsthand knowledge of them. But if you're going to deploy them to do a particular job, they got to have their tools and stuff like that. Ever since it's been open carry here, yeah. They have open carry in New York State as well, I think, as far as that goes. But I guess if you're a gun owner in New York State, you have to go to the training range once a year, I guess, too. They incorporated that, I found out. Let's see, National Day today. I didn't bring that tab up. Tim says, I'm talking about the young kids, but I think for the most part, if they're overseen by good NCOs, they'll do what they're supposed to be doing, and they won't go, off wild and stuff like that. But then again, I've been out for 28 years, so what do I know, right? But if you have a good NCO, believe me, even this day and age, a good NCO is worth his weight in gold, as far as that goes. Because, but I just was shaking my head. It's like, are you serious? You got a bunch of guys in green uniforms, and like that's going to deter the criminals. No, when they see that frickin' M16 rifle, or else or they're carrying a sidearm, that's going to be a deterrent, as far as that goes. And there's going to be a bunch of them there, and that's going to be your deterrence and stuff like that. So, I took a ride on the subway a long, long time ago when I was just a little youngster. I think that the token costs like 30 cents. What's it cost now, Ted? It's probably about $10 a ride going in or something. I don't know. Oh, but let's see. Our National Day. I forgot to bring that tab up. Our National Day for today is we have National Dermatologist Day. Okay. National Jewel Day. Today's Canine Veterans Day. Oh, okay. That would be a good one. National Samaritan Day. Yeah, we need Samaritans. National an umbrella indoors. I can do that later. I got an umbrella sitting in the kitchen. I'm going to open it. I don't believe in that bad luck shit. National Earmuff Day. I don't think you need the earmuffs today. It's going to be warm. National Registered Dietitian Nutrition Day. There's a mouthful now. And then you have National Coconut Toti Day. We're gonna recognize the canine veterans. Okay, the dog handlers. My nephew was a dog handler, and his dog survived him when he took his incident in Afghanistan. He was on his third or fourth tour. And my nephew was injured, but so National Canine Veterans Day, they deserve a day, but it's also National Coconut Toady Day, and you know how we like the foodies, right? Which one? We're going to go with both of them. Let's see. Let's go with the National Coconut Day first. National Coconut Toady on March 31st 13th, March 13th, it's not the 31st yet, recognize the rich desserts, rich, featuring the flavor of coconut and decor with it too. Coconut lovers, I like coconut. Hashtag National Coconut Torty Day. So there's our foodie one. We're going to have two because I like both of these. And it's also going to be National Canine Veterans Day. Okay, that's why I like you, Rich. Okay. Yeah, I got to recognize this one because, like I said, my nephew, he was a dog handler when he's still active. He's going to be he's going 30 years. He lost his leg in Afghanistan, and he was able to still stay in the service. He has a prosthetic leg, and if you when he's wearing his pants and stuff, you can't tell, and he can still kick my ass. And as far as it goes. But his dog survived, I guess, when he woke up at Rhine Main Hospital after they air medevaced him out of Afghanistan. He lost a good portion of his leg from the middle of his, just above his thigh, the middle of his thigh down, and but he's still active. He's still active Air Force, as far as that goes, and that's a big change from when I came in the Vietnam era to now. If that happened during the Vietnam era, they said, okay, you're done with the service. He's still active, it's still productive, and he still contributes to the overall mission in the United States Air Force. But his dog passed away, I think, 2 years ago when he literally, in a figure of speech, got back on his feet and whatever. They let him have his dog. And in the military, a military work dog, they don't give them. They retire them, but they don't give them to other people. It's a very special case, and because of the bond that he had with the dog, they retired his canine dog, and let him have. And the dog passed away a couple of years ago and stuff like that. But it survived. But when he woke up in Rhine, Maine, the first thing he asked was. Where's my dog? And because the actual blast took out his Afghan counterpart that he knew from the times he'd been there before, and but he stepped on an IED when they were on a morning patrol going to their station there on the. I think he was at the. We didn't know where he was at because he was actually located at the Afghan-Pakistan border on the Afghan side, and. So today we're going to recognize National Canine Veterans Day for my nephew's canine dog. March 13 recognize National Canine Veterans Day and the dedicated canine units who served since World War II. And my nephew's dog was one of those dogs. Hashtag National Canine Veterans Day. A lot of things have changed to the call of duty. During the First World War, the United States took note of the Europeans using canines as sentries, messenger carriers, and several other functions. A private citizen, Mr. Earlarge, initiated a program called Dogs for Defense, along with American Canine Club and a handful of breeders. The group aimed to train dogs for the military. On November of 1942, the military prepared the first dogs for defense for duty in North Africa. While they were gun-shy at first, they proved to be well-trained. As the war progressed, Dogs for Defense was unable to keep up with the demand, and another entity took over the training of the dogs. Over the years, military police and rescue personnel have developed a variety of training methods for canines. Their training it's tailored to meet the demands of the job, and each animal and handlers carried out his duties. Now the thing with my nephew's dog, he was both he could sniff out explosives and drugs, and on this particular incident, the dog was away from my nephew and his Afghan counterpart because they were walking down the road. There was a bombed out house. The dog alerted on something, so My nephew let him go, and he went, and they were following him, and they saw him up just ahead of him. And as they walk up this one path, the Afghan national stepped on an IED, blew him completely, just disintegrated him. The blast hit my nephew, took out, a good portion of his one leg, and he was stable to where they medevaced him out of Afghanistan to Rhine, Maine, to where he ended up recovering, and then he went to Walter Reed to do his rehab, and then he had benchmarks that he had to make, and then he was awarded a few medals there and stuff like that, which they do that in recognizing the service duty and stuff like that. But the big ticket was he was able to his canine became his was already part of his family, but he was able to after the dog retired, he was able to take care of the dog until he passed and stuff like that. So that's a good one right there. National Canine Veterans Day today and stuff like that. It's okay. Let's see. Okay, as far as coffee, did I say I had the coffee? I got the morning coffee. Sort of transition into a good state here. Was it yesterday, Tuesday? I got a new tooth. They installed my tooth. I've had 3. Yesterday was the 4th visit to the dentist. Actually, the 5th dentist, dentist visit. If you count they took the tooth out. It was infected all the way around. There was no saving it. They had to extract it, and I made the decision because they ended up saying that your back teeth, you should have one anchoring all the rest of the teeth. So I already had a tooth extract before that, so I could, if I didn't have that extra tooth, I couldn't really chew that efficiently on this side, on my left side. So I ended up going that route. Insurance didn't take care of all of it, but they did blunt a little bit of the sting, but it is a little pricey and stuff like that. But I think the overall benefit and good is what I was looking at, and as far as that goes, and it just amazes me, the technology, because they took the tooth out. That was a little excruciating and stuff like that, because and the tooth had a lot of work on it anyway, even from the Air Force. I mean, it just was a crater almost filled in with the filling stuff and all that. And then I had it crowned, and it just has a history. So now there's a new tooth in that place, implant, and that process was after I got the tooth. I ended up going in there. They ended up having to do a bone graft, and they come back to see if that healed, and then they put the screw in, the anchor that they screw the tooth in. And I'm always thinking that like, this is the tooth. This is a tooth, and they screw it in like that. No, they put it in, and they make a little hole at it because it's a molar, and they screw it in, and they fill in the top, an access point up on the top of the molar, and and then they put a cap on, and then I had to wait. I think it was 3 months, and yesterday is I crossed the finish line. They put the tooth in. As soon as they slapped that puppy in, I'm like, wow, I could chew on this side. I didn't have to wait. Well, I already, when I got home, I had lunch, and I was able to chew on this side again with no problem. So, but just the technology, that was my big thing I had to do yesterday after the Anchor Morning Audio, or no, not the Anchor, the Fireman Rich Audio podcast that used to be the Anchor Morning Audio. I went to the dentist to get that done, and my mouth is feeling real good now. I just like, it's right back there, and it just felt like I've had that there all the time. It feels like a real tooth, as far as that goes. So it fills that void, so I can chew on that side. And like I said, the dentist there, the doc, great dentist. Oh my God, I mean, so great that I went on Google. What's that? Google recommendations. You know, when you rate on Google. I gave them, and I had done that before. And I looked at it. I got a couple bad ratings on some places too. So, but the dentist is a great dentist facility. Everything is under one roof as far as they can do. And this is tooth implants have been around, from what the doc was saying, since the late 70s, early 80s, coming over from Europe. It started in over Europe, and then they started doing it here in the States in the 70s and 80s, and then during the 90s, that's when it really took off. And you see commercials now, people getting implants, full denture bottom implants and stuff like that, and such. So I was just fascinated with the technology as far as that goes. Did you even sleep? Yeah, I slept. Hey, Big Juice! Steve, yes, I slept. Yeah, Big Juice was with me yesterday when I was streaming yesterday before dinner. Yeah, I went to bed last night after Oak Island. I watched Oak Island last night, and then I went to bed. As far as that goes, I didn't stay up late. I've been staying up late the last month or so, up until if I take a nap, and I did. Did I take a nap yesterday? No, I didn't take a nap yesterday. I broadcast. That's right. And yeah, I did get some sleep, Big Juice. I hope you got some sleep too. So that was a big thing. And then I broadcast yesterday. I ended up doing something that I haven't done in a number of years, and that was multi-broadcasting yesterday. I did Lord of the Rings online. I was using Prism Live Studio on the desktop. And Tina saying good morning to Steve, and Steve saying good morning to Tina. And I've been wanting to do this because I downloaded Prism Live Studios last week to look at it again, and the RTMP works great with Rumble. So I'm live streaming on Rumble on the weekend edition of the Morning Coffee. I'll be doing that. There's my Rumble page. Check me out. But I was on for about an hour, a little more than an hour, and then Steve was Steve's comment yesterday. He says the missus said, I asked how long I had to do, and I guess he heard that dinner was coming, and he says you better not upset the missus there as far as you got to go make dinner. And it's like, no, I don't make dinner. I can't make dinner. I don't have that skill set. I was on for an hour, but I broadcast here to Twitch, Rumble, and I did YouTube Live. I haven't done a YouTube Live. Well, I tested it a couple times and I took it down. It's a couple test spots there this past weekend. But there's a YouTube Live over on my YouTube channel, which I don't promote that much. Where's the ticket there? Here's my YouTube channel. For those people watching on the replay, it's youtube.com/@Richard M. Roberts. That's who I am. And I'm on Rumble, so all three of those using Prism Live Studio, it came out great, no problem. There's a little bit of a delay me looking at it. It's not instantaneous as far as that, but I'm not sure. I know. Let's see. I woke up and the Three Stooges were on TV. There we go, Steve. But Steve made comments yesterday at the end of the broadcast as far as that goes. And I appreciate that, Steve, you popping in. And I'm not sure how instantaneous. So I guess when I see the comments, they pop up on the OBS. To me, that's the instantaneous. Because there was a delay, and there's always a delay on the laptop and the big screen back here, and sometimes on the phone as far as that goes. And such. So it was a pretty eventful day yesterday between the dentist and live streaming and stuff like that. So I'm fully vested in broadcasting on Rumble now as far as that goes. So and I can multicast. If I want to broadcast over on X Live, I'll use Restream. Restream is a good platform because you can't use the RTMP on this. Maybe the comment should go through No, no, I don't want to do that. No, no, that's that's. I try not to joke about 911 because I know firsthand what those guys do as far as having been NCOIC of the Fire Alarm Communication Center when I was at Yokota Air Base, and that was in essence the 911 dispatch center for the Yokota Air Base. I had 4 Japanese nationals working for me, manning that, and that can be a little bit hectic. They don't need no nonsense knucklehead um, comments coming in and stuff like that. And that 911's come around or come along more advanced on the technologies that they have in those control centers and stuff like that. So, but I was in charge of the 911. Well, that's before they had 911. Did they have 911 back then, or were we still using 117? Was the emergency phone number for the Air Force to call the fire department. Any Air Force base when I first went in, if you dialed 117, and that's way before 911 took off. 911 just became a standard because I'm not sure where it started and stuff like that. So I don't play around with 911, no, unless because it's just like I don't want to be the boy that cried wolf. If I get an emergency, that's. Let's see. Let's go to history here. On this day, let's see. On this day, oh, this was on this day. This is really. It's last year, 2023, but it is a significant thing there. On this day last year, worldwide sales of vinyl records climbed above CDs for the first time since 1987, completing the only low-tech resurgence of its kind. Because you see in the stores, I seen at Walmart these phonographs, the record players are coming back. How'd you walk go? Did you? No, we took a walk after lunch, and we had a great walk, and that's when I came back and did the broadcast. Steve, thanks for asking. The walks are always great, especially when the weather's like that. The weather was fantastic. You couldn't ask better. So there's a resurgence. Well, CD sales are down totally because of the internet. So, but people are getting back into playing the vinyl. Vinyl sales topped 1.2 billion compared to 399 million in CD sales last year, and even more stunningly was the culmination of 17 consecutive years of growth. So I used to have a whole bunch of albums, the big vinyl discs, from Kansas to I even have I still have some of the, I still have a multi set of Bruce Springsteen, and I've got the CD package. So I went from vinyl to CDs, and now I'm using YouTube for my music consumption. The internet as it goes. I almost bought one of those record players. I thought that would be cool, but then some of these records, these albums, they're like $30 a pop, and I remember paying. I used to complain when it was $9 for an album back in the day. So vinyl is making a comeback. On this day in 1900, work days for women and children in France were limited to 11 hours a day. Huh, that's great. 11 hours a day. I wonder what they were probably like 15, 16 days. On this day in 1921, Mongolia declared its independence from China. And in 1971, the Allman Brothers Band recorded a rock concert in New York City for the second night that would become their classic album, Life at Fillmore East. And we have an ad break going on right now. Huh. Let's wait for the ad break. See, now I see the ad break, but it's not up there anymore. So, let's see. We got an ad break. I can check something. Oh, I forgot to fire that up. That should be going there. There we go. We got that. Um, oh, there's the ad. The ad's up there now. We'll just hang loose here for a minute while the ads are. I get to get past the ads here. They get cleared out. Let's see. What was that again? It gives me an opportunity to check something here. And it's what I thought. Okay, so we have to. Okay. Just had to take care of a bot. I noticed that I had a bot. So they get taken care of real quick now. Thanks to my good friend Lore from Norway, showed me how to take care of that. So I don't have that many anymore. So that's good. Don't like them. Don't need them. Let's see. We are back now. So let's see. The journal Nature in 2003 reported that 350,000-year-old upright walking human footprints were found in Italy. So we were walking around 350,000 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. And let's see. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Yeah, on this day, March 13th. What year was that? 2013. Has it been that long now? Pope Francis waves to crowd. He became the Pope on this day. Pope Francis of Argentina was elected Pope. Chose the name Francis. He was the first pontiff from the Americas and the first from outside Europe in more than a millennium. So I like him. He's okay. There's a couple things that, my favorite was Pope Paul John. Pope John Paul. When I was in the service, I still regret the fact that I could have met him if I had my head out of my ass. Because my good friend from the Air Force that I've known for over 40 years and stuff like that, him and his wife, who used to be a firefighter in the Air Force, female firefighter, after they got married, after I had left there back in the younger day, back in the early 80s, they actually met with him because the Pope, I don't know if the Pope still does it, but on the weekend they would have an audience with just the military people that were serving in Italy and stuff like that, and that would have been real unique to shake the hand of a pope, and that's that being. I'm not a practicing Catholic, but that's part of that. I was raised Catholic, so that's the fascination, I guess, with it, because Pope John Paul, he has a very unique story as far as coming from Poland and what happened in Poland during World War II. As far as that goes. On this day in 1862, Abraham Lincoln, who was my favorite president, another individual that I would really love to. He's the number one person, I guess that old saying, if you could meet somebody in your past, who would be your first person? Abraham Lincoln is at the top of my list. I would love to meet him, the 16th president of these United States. He signed a measure prohibiting Union military officers from returning fugitive slaves to their owners, because they did that in the beginning of the Civil War and stuff. I guess it's that transition period of. But he signed a measure that told military officers, no, you don't do that. They're free people, so let them go. 1925, the Tennessee General. No, we won't go there. 1933, banks in the United States began to reopen after a holiday declared by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yeah, the banks were in chaos, so let's take a holiday. No, let's close them to wait till people settle down. That was the holiday. Okay. And let's see. And this is in 1954, the Battle of Dien Bien Phu began during the French Indochina War as Vietnamese forces attacked French troops who were defending, who were defeated nearly 2 months later. And then we ended up going in there with I think it was, the French still stayed. We took over for the French, I guess, as far as, because back in the late 50s, early 60s, the United States was terrified of the communist movement and stuff, and it was hardcore back then. Now people just call anybody their brother walk down the street a communist and stuff, and does it like, okay, big freaking deal. But the French were there, and then it was we had advisors over there, and I can remember reading Douglas MacArthur's autobiography. He ended up there was a part in there where the president-elect Kennedy, he told him, he met him, and they had a meeting, and he said that he should not deploy forces into Vietnam. But I guess we ended up doing that. We had advisors, and then when Lyndon Johnson took over, that just went off and stuff like that. So let's see. And that's about it for history, but I do have, and we'll play this, and I'll go on a break. We're gonna show 100 years ago, as of Monday night, which was March 11th. So let's do 100 years, and that's presented from Fox 40, a local TV station here that I have no affiliation with, just to be full disclosure. But I enjoy listening to this, and I know our viewers here, and some people on the replay have made comment that they like watching it also. So we'll go ahead and present that. Let me make sure I got this tab. Yeah, okay, the tab is muted. Okay. Push it to the broadcast. And let's see. We got it? Yeah, we got it. Okay, there it is. So here we go. 100 years ago, from this past Monday. Let's see what it said. Oh, hey, let me get this up on my Surface 3. No, not that one. We need this one. Okay. I love the intro music on this and stuff like that. So let's see. Here we go.
And welcome back. From plans for a new school to a murder arrest, Broome County historian Roger Luther shares the news that made headlines in Broome County 100 years ago today, brought to you by Broome County Recycles.
100 years ago today, the big Universal Can Company plant at Hillcrest, just north of Port Dickinson, is back in operation after being shut down for 2 years. Property is now being purchased for the new 7th Ward School to be built at Fayette, Hawley, and Stuyvesant Streets. The Broome County Sportsmen's Association announced plans to secure 5,000 pheasant eggs to help replenish the pheasant population. They've already placed about 11,000 pheasants around the county. And police announced today that finally a suspect has been arrested for the murder of patrolman Clarence Moran, who was shot and killed at a saloon on Henry Street over a year ago. That was the news 100 years ago.
Those saloons got to be some rough places from way back when. Oh my God. Oh, they announced they finally got a suspect arrested for the murder of a police officer, as far as that goes. Yeah, lots of laughs. I guess it was a real concern because you get a police officer, patrolman, which is a police officer, who was shot and killed at a saloon. You know, this every time saloon. That's what they called the bars back in the day, saloons. As far as that goes, so it's that's always cool. As far as I get a chuckle out of them too. As far as other things, there was that they're pretty positive. As far as they had some good news there. As far as new Universal Can Company plant opened and property now being purchased to build. A new school starting, and the Broome County Sportsman Association announced plans to increase the secured 5,000 pheasant eggs to help replenish the pheasant population, so they can shoot them. That's what they did. They replenished their stock and stuff like that. I think when I was growing up as a kid, I think my sister. I think she was either in Girl Scouts. They raised pheasants and they released them up here in Tioga County and stuff like that. So I see a pheasant every once in a great while and stuff like that. They're a bird that wanders around here as far as that goes. When we get back, I guess we got a follow-up story from that fire from last week and Route 26 up there in Broome County. We'll go over that as far as that goes, but we're coming up on an hour here, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break and be right back. And I do need some more coffee. We're empty, so I'm going to go get a refill and I'll be right back. So you guys just hang loose and we'll be right back. picture up here. We are back, and we got some refresh coffee here, folks. We got some refresh coffee, and such. So let's see. Okay. Okay. What's this? As a teenager in the UK, I earned pocket money by being a beater. We would beat brushes, sticks, scare. We would beat brushes and the ground with sticks to scare the pheasants into flying. Oh, okay. Flying upwards so they would shoot them. It Beaver occurred to me that I could be shy. You didn't realize it. Hey, good morning, T-Gun. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you here. That's a good story about the pheasants. I can picture that. I've seen video footage of that. Yeah, they you beat the and they. Yeah, you're down. You're down. No problem. I got to get the gist of it there, T. Thank you. And Tina saying good morning to T-Gun. Yeah, you look back at those things. That is fun. It's funny now, but man, that could be serious. You never want to be downrange when somebody's shooting a weapon. That's something. The person's probably, well, I'm shooting up in the air, and they probably figured it was gun buckshot or something like that, stuff like that, because that's what they would shoot the pheasants with. Oh, that's a good story though. As a teenager, did you get it? Oh, you're okay. How much did you get paid? A good sum, or was just pocket money? That says it's right on the verge. It's not really that much, but it was well worth. This was in the 70s before health and safety. Okay, there was a lot of things done back in the 70s and 60s that just shake my head as far as that goes. That's a good story. Thank you for sharing that, T. That's cool. And just reading that, I could see the kids out there doing that, and the guys shooting it. No, they would. I remember growing up. It was back in this would be in the 70s with my sister there. She was a Girl Scout, and I remember them raising a couple pheasants, and they released them up in the back hills that now is a Waterman's Conservation Center here in Tioga County. And Mr. Waterman, he was a prominent farmer, really good man. Good money then. Oh, 20 pound a day. Yeah, that was okay. And the shooters would tip us for carrying the equipment, etc. Okay. So it was a sort of different version of a golf caddy, I guess. Instead, you're a pheasant bushwhacker. That's funny. I like that. Thank you again for sharing. That's a good story. I like that. So for the folks on the replay, just we're talking about pheasants and as far as that goes, and we have someone in the chat that's over there in the UK, T-Gun, one of our good friend Lehman, Jim Figerty. Is he on? Yeah, he is on. Okay, Total Dad is on too. Okay, good for them. They say good morning to them. Let's see. What else do we got here? That first cup of coffee is always important. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. I didn't go over the NBA scores. NBA, they're getting down to the nitty gritty because I'm seeing more and more talk about them. Of course, next week is going to be the start of March Madness, so I think this weekend it's going to be the final selections in that category, so I'm going to have to start looking at that. But let's see, as of Monday, the Celtics beat the Trailblazers Monday night, and then the Knicks beat the 76ers. Okay, they beat them last night, 106-79. And let's see, today the Nets will play the Magic. And that's it. So, and that'll take us in tomorrow. Suns play the Celtics. They're in Boston. Okay, so that's at 7:30. I'll see if I can watch that on TV. But Thursday night we went up watching Sheldon and Ghost on CBS. That's our shows that we watch. I don't watch that much TV, but when I do watch it, I know today. Let's see. Last night was Tuesday, so like last Tuesday after my program that I watch Oak Island. Well, last night's they're just finding a lot more wood, old wood, no treasure yet. They finding some things, but it's still interesting to watch. But last Tuesday after that, I watched the episode of Shogun, so I'm gonna probably wind up watching Shogun. That's episode 4 that dropped, and then tomorrow night will be an episode of Halo. So that's my viewing that I watch as far as on the TV and stuff. Shogun is really good. I watched the original Shogun back in the early 80s that was on NBC, and this one is off the hook. It's the same type of storyline, but I mean they portray it to where like the old westerns. It's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, Lone Ranger and Tonto and all that. It's like they shoot the gun. It was sort of clean. So no, this shows you the environment that what they lived in back then, as far as the samurai and the battles and stuff like that. And it's pretty hardcore as far as that's on FX Shogun, and the science fiction one Halo with Master Chief 117. He I think he's going to get his armor back because they got left for dead at Reach when the bad guys, I forget what they call the bad guys, the Covenant or something like that. I'm not sure. They ended up taking over Reach, the planet of Reach, and that's a science fiction story that on Paramount. Paramount it's a good production there, good sci-fi. So I'm into those type of viewing genres as far as that goes. So basketball is on. Of course, we've been having some activity on the NFL draft, or no, the free agency, I should say. NFL free agency. Let's see what's just real quick. Free agency NFL. Let's see what the Google says about it. NFL. What's the highlight? What's the news on that? Of course, you have Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta. You got Barkley going to Philly. And the one that kicked it all off there going into this past Monday morning was Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh, which makes me a Pittsburgh fan now because I like Russell Wilson. I didn't write him off. There's a lot of people that wrote him off as a quarterback, and I think they're going to be surprised with Pittsburgh. I think because Denver, he played good. He played decent. Was he fantastic? No, but he played just as good as statistic-wise as Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, this last season, he came back, played good, and now he's got a 3-year contract. He played just as good as that. If you were to take just the number of touchdowns Russell Wilson had this past season, it takes over 2 seasons for the Pittsburgh Steelers to even come close to that. So Russell Wilson still has, he just had a team around him that was junk. And okay, that other trivial stuff about him having a parking spot and all that, they don't go into detail. So that probably came from the front office to woo Russell Wilson into signing for Denver back when he left, when he was released from and they said, well, they released him from Seattle. They were doing a change in Seattle, and we've seen that in other football. It doesn't mean they're going with Geno Smith. Well, maybe they saw something in Geno Smith. They changed it up. Teams have to change it up. every team, every NFL football team doesn't have a Tom Brady and a Belichick where they can get you over a span of 10 years a number of Super Bowls. No, that's a rarity right there. So they have to change it up and so I think this change for Russell Wilson. I think he's going to Pittsburgh. I think they were a pretty decent team. Pickett, he didn't even bring them into the playoffs last season. So this bit of, oh, Pickett's their man. Well, he didn't do it. They had somebody else. I forget the guy's name, but he's the other guy that took over for Pickett, took him to the playoffs. Of course, they couldn't get past the playoffs because their quarterback wasn't all that. But Russell Wilson, I think, and they're making some changes on Pittsburgh. And who would take that deal? You knew Russell Wilson is going. Now, the one I feel bad for is Justin Fields. Nobody picked him up, but it's still, they got the draft coming up. There's going to be probably openings, but I think he's going to come back in as a backup at this point because the big spots are taken. Except for, I don't know about Minnesota. Did Minnesota take somebody? I'm not sure. So the NFL free agency is going on, but I think after Kirk Cousins and then the latest I've heard about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you heard this. I saw a clip. Independent presidential candidate Kennedy asked him to be his vice president, running mate, or something like that. I didn't really look into that. But the NFL draft is going on, and it's interesting. It's been more interesting than the combine. I don't get into the combine. I don't give it any weight. And then even with the upcoming draft, as far as that goes, ad break ends in 1 minute. Okay, we're in an ad break. Okay, we'll have to wait on that. That'll give me a chance to see what else we got here for what I can present. Let's see. Discovered the most. Oh, here's a good one. Explore iconic southern tier and northern Pennsylvania landmarks. Let's go look at some landmarks here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Let me bring this one up. Let me go ahead and bring this one up here. Just to give you an idea, I like talking about what goes on here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and it's upstate New York. It's completely different than downstate and New York City, and it's very. I think people enjoy it. Of course, living here and the taxes, that's a whole nother story as far as that goes. So, let's go ahead and present this. Yes, we're going to present it. And there we go. We got. We're going to explore some iconic landmarks here in New York State. Good money. Oh, okay, that's the same. That's he's. Let's see. What is the definition of the word landmark? What is the definition? According to Wikipedia, it's in modern usage the main term used to designate places that might be of interest to tourists due to the notable physical features or historical significance. Our slice of the United States of America is full of landmarks. Just ask anyone who lives here, and like the Statue of Liberty, the Golden Gate Bridge from east to west. In between, you got the St. Louis Arch. Okay, those are significant landmarks just off the top of my head to go across the United States. And here, at least one example, and let's see, and that's exactly what. Okay. So what's this? This is an example. The question I posed was, what is your favorite icon in southern tier of New York and northern Pennsylvania landmark? And this is a list, and what you're seeing in the picture there is the Endicott Johnson arches. Those were done back in the day. It's a landmark, and we got various buildings in downtown Binghamton and all that. But here's a few landmarks that are around. The Taconic Falls are the first one. Let's go ahead and bring that one up here. There's the Taconic Falls. That's right here. That's like right down the road in Ithaca. That's less than a 30-minute drive from here. I've been there. I've seen the falls. You think the water? Sometimes I've been there where the water isn't flowing, as far as that goes. Yeah, and then we have the waterfalls in Starlight, Pennsylvania, right there. There's a favorite landmark. It's always good to see these picturesque falls. And then also in Pennsylvania, there's what's this called? It's a bridge. It's a railroad bridge.
Trestle?
What's it called? Yeah, trestle. The Staruka Viaduct in Pennsylvania.
Viaduct?
Huh?
Viaduct?
Viaduct. Yeah, that's a viaduct down in Pennsylvania. I think the trains travel on that. And then the next one is WWE always went to falls in Pennsylvania. Yeah, there we go, Tina. Oh, we always went to the falls in Pennsylvania. Oh, okay, I got you. I thought you were talking about something doing with wrestling. This is the Wailusa Rocks in Wailusa, Pennsylvania. Is our next one here. The next picture. This, most of them in Pennsylvania, but you can see it's very picturesque up around this area. And then this is I don't think I've ever skied there, but this is Elk Mountain. It's a ski resort down in Uniondale, Pennsylvania. That's about a 2-hour drive from here. We got quite a few ski resorts. That's during the winter months. And then we have the Bridge of Landsborough. It seems like these are a lot of Pennsylvania. That's a land bridge. It's probably a walking bridge. And then this is the recently closed and demolished Steel Grate Bridge over the Shenango River and Shenango Forks. That's in Broome County. That's the old school bridges we used to have around up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And here's another viaduct down there in Nicholson, Pennsylvania. Very picturesque. As far as these are landmarks that are significant here in the southern tier of upstate New York and also northern Pennsylvania. And this next one is right here in Broome County in Endicott. That's the Round Top Mountain in Endicott, New York. It's Endicott is a village. It's where IBM was the birthplace, but there's some countryside right around Endicott, New York. And this looks like my backyard almost too. And which one's this? And that's the last one right there. So we have a very significant amount of landmarks as far as that goes. Let's see. Let's go to this fire I wanted to bring up. There's a follow-up story. This is from March 10th, so this is from Sunday, but it still gives you a picture of the fire that took place here where was this at? Out there on Route 20. Let me bring this up, present it. My husband loves Pennsylvania. Yeah, Pennsylvania has a lot of unique things. It's a big state. Driving across it from east to west on Route 80, it just seems like it takes forever to get to where Steve's at in Ohio. Now, when you're driving across Pennsylvania, you're happy to see Ohio. Believe me, I've done it a number of times. Back in the day, I used to drive across there to go to the fire school out in Illinois. I said, "Oh, thank God I'm in Ohio." You just keep on driving on Route 80. It just seems to go on forever, as far as that goes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and present this. This is an updated article. I guess I didn't see it on Mondays. I could have presented this Monday. And let's see, we got it there. Push it. And there it lines up. It's
We begin tonight with an update to a weekend explosion at a Glen Aubrey farm. Broome County Fire Coordinator Jeff Buckley says one person was injured in Sunday's fire at the farm on Route 26. The fire broke out at a repair shop on the property. Buckley adds the victim was an employee and was working in the repair shop at the time of the explosion and sustained burns. He was initially taken to Wilson Hospital before being transferred to a Syracuse hospital for treatment. Still no word on his condition or status. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. We begin tonight with an update to a weekend.
okay. So there was one injury. That's the follow-up, and it's still under investigation. And just to do a follow-up because that was a pretty big fire here in the local area. Let's see, what else do we got here? What we got on time? What do we do? Probably at an hour and 21 minutes. Okay, we're doing good. The broadcast is staying up really good. I was pretty impressed with that broadcasting yesterday. There was a lot of things going on when you broadcast at three different, because I had three different things. I didn't have anybody. The only comments I had was from Big Juice there. Steve was commenting on the Twitch side as far as that goes. So it just wanted to see if I could do it. I could do it, and we'll probably save that for a weekend thing to do as far as that goes. Let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see, let's check WNBF first. So we're getting a little daylight. Looks like it's cloudy. It almost looks like we had some fog up on the hill.
It's going to be a nice day.
Is it going to be a nice day?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the missus. She's joining us here, getting her coffee or breakfast. Let's see, urgent call, help needed to, no, we got rescue pigs, we got, that's from 2 days ago. I don't know if we want to do this one. The truth about why people are grumpy today. Do we want to read that one? Oh, it's because of daylight savings time. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. This one should be fun. Let's go ahead and do this one. This came out March 11th after we got done broadcasting and stuff like that. So let me set this one up. And yeah, I'm going on the fly now. As far as I usually the night before I'll look at articles and I'll have an outline of them. But I'm just going on the seat of my pants here. But this one that just popped up here. Let's go ahead and look at this one. And it's probably because this past weekend we just turned our clocks ahead, and I know back in the day I used to be grumpy because of that, because I'd lose an hour of sleep as far as that goes. Let me see. Let's go ahead and get this here. And so the truth about why people are grumpy. Now they have excuses to be grumpy. Yeah, there's excuses to be grumpy. Exactly, Tina. Yeah, that's what's funny about this. It just caught my eye. It's like this should be funny to go over. Let's see. Where's the article here? Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah. You know they're going to make an excuse as far as that goes. So, let's see. Oh, sorry. Let's see. After this weekend, yeah, lots of laugh. After this daylight savings time, please note that there's no S on the end of saving. It is, in fact, singular. Some call Grumpy Monday. Oh, that's what Monday is, the day after we turn the clocks ahead. As many are exhausted. Personally, I feel like I've been run over by a cavalry of Mack trucks. let's see. Let me go ahead and move this up a little bit. Let's see. This is part of the article. Daylight savings time is the ban of just about every parent or tiny human and critter's existence. You got the routine down with everyone, and then just like that, it's over. And it takes them and you a week to fully recuperate. And I've noticed that with our pets. Did we have any indication, with daylight savings time that affected our cats?
Usually when we go backwards.
Oh, backwards.
It
That's
screws them up. Max was always screwed up.
That's right, Max, our dog. The changing in the hour, because that changes when we feed our pets. So, that can make us grumpy because our animals are pestering us. But please pardon me. When I was working on the road all the time, I had no issue jumping from coast to coast week after week and having time to recover from cross multiple time zones. But changing the time while I'm stationary, and I become, you become a little perturbed. And you notice that too, Tina. Yeah. And what's this? Even politicians? This isn't good. Even politicians think. Even politicians think it stink. Not alone, a bill has been proposed during several sessions of Congress that would make daylight savings time permanent. And there's also a bill that I heard that they're supposed to take this away, but it never amounts to anything. The Sunshine Protection Act has been introduced 4 times, most recently in March of 2023 last year. It failed to gain any real traction, and I'm guessing our federal governments love their 4:30 p.m. sunsets. And let's see, the experts, they weigh in. The Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine is also on the same thing as far as permanent daylight savings time. They say it is the position of the AASM that the United States should eliminate seasonal time change in favor of the national fixed year-round time. Currently, endeavors best support the adoption of a year-round standard time, which aligns best with human biological cycles, and provides distinct benefits for public health and safety. And this is Senator Rubio, along with Senator Ed Markey, a Massachusetts Democrat, announced that they're going to renew and push for the sunshine. So it's still being worked in Congress. So
I thought it was going into effect this year.
No, they haven't even passed it.
Really?
Yeah, they've had 4 tries at it. We've always, it's this time we always have, and that's the thing. We keep on hearing it being mentioned. You figure, oh, okay, they've approved it, and they've actually haven't approved it,
Just leave it.
and stuff like that. It's just like
I'd rather have the sun earlier because we're early birds.
right, yeah. But then again, it's nice having the afternoon sun that just lingers and stuff like that. So there we have that. Let's see, what else do we got here? "10 most overly used words on New York." Now, that's New York resumes. I could care less. I don't work anymore, so I don't want to look at resumes anymore. I don't need to look at resumes. Let's see, what's on the Fox 40? Do they have anything? Let's see. Just brush over it real quick here. No, we went over the fire. Let's see, WBNG. What's on WBNG? Oh, did you hear their petition requesting handicap accessibility at the Owego post office? That just popped up. I always thought that was. It's not handy.
Neither is Nichols.
Oh, you're right. They need a ramp. They need at least a ramp. And those doors, those aren't handicap. Okay, so that's something that's happened so far. The petition reached 40 signatures in 12 hours. Oh wow. Well, you got to remember we're in rural. We're in rural New York, so that's a lot. Let's see, more news. Students. Binghamton University students react to potential. Oh, there's still a potential of TikTok being banned. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Where did I see that? Did I see that on Fox? Let me check the Fox channel real quick. That's something I'm keeping tabs on. I guess that's raising its ugly head again. I don't use TikTok. If they ban it, so be it. But if they don't ban it, they need to control it. As far as our Chinese adversaries aren't, they say they're not doing it, but you can't believe that. That's believing our government speaks the truth. In the sense that it's like, I'm not going to believe that. Let's see, news. Let's see, where did I see that article concerning that? A lot of places have one ramp, but they need more. Yeah, they have the ramp, Tina, but the thing I'm talking about, you can have the ramp, but they don't have the proper doors, as far as that goes. And I know that firsthand because my kid brother, when he was still alive, he was in an accident. I've told the story before where he was a paraplegic for a number of years, and he was an advocate for that. Oh, you're a chair user? Okay. So see, that's significant. You can have the ramp, but just trying to open that door, you got to have the handy. I don't like having. I don't like using the word handicap because my kid brother, he was a chair user and he did more in his chair than I could do. I mean, he went skiing, he traveled. Where did I see that? I thought I saw an article on that and stuff like that, but I guess not. Let's see. Maybe that was on the main thing here. Binghamton University, stunning factory homes near Nichols now at their lowest prices. Where's that at?
Really?
Oh, this is an advertisement. That's That's not an article. That's clickbait. SUNY schools to eventually ban single-use plastics. Whatever that means.
Plastic cups, plastic forks.
Oh,
knives, that
okay.
kind of stuff.
Okay, gotcha. And 12 sports, that's about it. Eagles reach free agency deal with Barkley, Huff, and Sequoia. Well, let's see what this one says. Let's see, this is WBNG. WBN. Let's go ahead and go over this one. We'll go over a little football here. Go to present. So my daughter wheels me. Oh, okay? She wheels you. Okay, let's see. This is the Eagles. And let's go ahead and present this. This is Barkley. Is that up? Okay, let's see. And that's at 133.41. 133.41. And we're going to probably end with this one here. We're not going to make the 2-hour mark and stuff like that. I'm starting to run out of stuff to present here as far as that goes. So this will be the last one here if I can bring it up here. Where the hell is it? Where's that article? It should have been Black History, bring it in. So that's the running back that's going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, here it is. Eagles reach free agency. Saquon Barkley, I think, is a great running back. I think this is going to be a good fit for him. Tiki Barber, who was on WFAN 66, I guess supposedly said it jokingly, but when I first heard it, I thought, he was hardcore. He says, "You're dead to me, Shaquan, because no New York Giant goes to the Philadelphia Eagles," and that sort of Barkley came back with a pretty harsh comment on. There was a little Twitter exchange, but the Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to contracts with former New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley and former New York Jet defensive end Bruce Huff, two people familiar with the deals, according to the Associated Press. Barkley is set to sign a 3-year deal for $26 million guaranteed and $37.75 million overall, while Huff is getting 3-year deal for $51 million. So these guys, they're still in their prime, and Philly wants them because they're paying the money for them, according to people who spoke to AP under conditions to be anonymous, because free agents can't officially sign with the team until Wednesday that they can declare. Barkley, who tweeted 2 eagle emojis on Monday, hit free agency after Giants elected not to put a franchise tag on him. And if they would have put the franchise tag, he would still be with the New York Giants. But the Giants, just like they can't win games, they're bumbling idiots. They can't keep their prime players. On the second overall pick of the 2018 NFL draft, that's the second pick the Giants had hit this guy. Yeah, that's you're laughing at that, Tina. Yeah, I'm laughing at it too. The Giants are the Jets are looking better than the Giants right now. The Giants used the tag last season and eventually worked out a 1-year deal, a $10 million. And Barkley, he performed. He played. He just doesn't have the line to give him the openings and stuff like that. Before the start of training camp last year, a franchise tag this year would have cost the team $12.2 million if Barkley accepted. So they're going to go with someone less. They may be paying more. Barkley, who is 27 years old, played in 14 games last year, missed 3 because of high ankle sprain. Well, there's injuries. That's a given. He ran for 962 yards, which is a significant amount of yards for a football season, and 6 touchdowns and 41 catches, including 4 TDs. Since joining the Giants, Barkley has run 5,211 yards, not miles, yards, 5,211 yards, and 35 touchdowns. The Penn State product, I didn't realize he went to Penn State. Okay. Also has 288 receptions for 2,100 yards and 12 TDs. Barkley missed most of 2020 season after he teared his ACL. That's a given. That's not his fault. He got injured, so he's got to recover. In the second week of the season, he struggled in 2021, but regained his form, and the following year rushed for 1,312 yards and 10 touchdowns, in helping the Giants to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. They talk about Huff, but I was really surprised. I thought he was going to stay as a Giant. He's not. He's going to Philly. I hope he freaking rocks in Philly. I can remember I did not really care for the Philadelphia Eagles back when Andy Reid was here. I thought Andy Reid was evil, but Andy Reid's a nice guy. Barkley's going to a team that at least has an offensive line, because his injuries, if you look at his injuries, the team around him didn't really help protect him because he was injured all the time. It's not because of his running. It's just like, okay, he actually, all the yards he made, he had his teammates there to help him, but they could have helped him a lot more. And because I just look at the running backs down in Dallas, and that's another one, Pollard, the running back there for Dallas. They let him go. So there's something going on with Dallas. I don't know. It's just like they're not getting anybody. I don't know what they're holding their cards close to their chest, but that's an interesting story on the free agency and stuff like that. So uh, with Russell Wilson and Barkley. I wish them the best. I hope they're going to have a great season next year as far as that goes. So I'm going to be watching them too. He was a Giant once. He'll always be a Giant. I don't going to Philly. I'm a Giant fan. I'm not a hardcore Giant fan. I can understand that, but if the team isn't going to hold on to something that another team values, there's something wrong. I'll be watching too. Yeah, you're a Philly fan, aren't you? You're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I think, right, Tina? Being from Jersey, I would figure. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured because I know and you got to get on the picks this next season, girl. Okay, we missed you this last season, so we're gonna have to use this Twitter bit. I'm gonna have to remind you to get your picks in. We're gonna have you on the board there, okay? As far as that goes, because I like doing that, and I plan on doing that again when the next season starts, and Tony D does his broadcast of Belt Kings fantasy football. I love doing that. I love getting up on a Sunday. I mean, it's a part of my football routine there, I guess, when it's the NFL football season, as far as that goes. So, again, that's. There's a couple of good stories there. The one thing I gotta say this because there was so much last year. The talk about let's see, I missed a lot of last season. Oh, did you? Yeah. But there was so much talk last year at this time with Aaron Rodgers, and you don't hear a peep about that. I'm wondering, we got an ad break in another minute and a half. So I'm just wondering, he's going to be playing this year. So I'm just saying, what kind of, I mean, he only played 4 snaps last season, and then he went down. It'll be interesting to see what the Jets do finally with Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who, there was a big hoopla that he was almost a savior, but he's been more of a what's that word? Just an entertaining the fact that he's there in New York City for the Jets. And we do have a commercial. Oh, that's a new game. What's that? Skull and Bones. Try it free. Available now. Okay. So we'll have to see what Shaquan. We'll keep our eyes on Shaquan Barkley and the like, but I think for the most part, the free agency, the big names. I don't think there's any real big names going on. I know Tony D was on last night. I saw. I was watching Oak Island, Tony. If you're watching this, as far as last night, I know Tony was on. He went over the what's been transpiring so far with the NFL free agency. So let's see. I think that for the most part, I think that's it. Let me check. Let's see. Okay, you're back. Okay, I still got a commercial in the back there. I'm not. I just saw your comment over here on the screen. I'm just checking continuity with the thing here. Okay, you're back. Let's see. I think that's about it as far as. We're coming up on an hour and 45 minutes. This has been a good broadcast. So I'm going to go ahead. Where's Hal today, Tina? I don't see. Is he on TikTok today? He was on Facebook yesterday. Or no, was it Facebook Monday? I got to write the things down where he's at. Oh, he's on X? Let me check my... let's see. What do we got over here? Is he up yet? Oh, I can do it here on the main thing. Oh yeah, he's on. He's currently doing his radio show, so he's over there on X. So I'll probably end up watching a little bit of him as far as that goes. He makes comments because I stay here Wednesday. Oh, you do? You can go to both. Do you have a second device you can fire up? X is actually better than. Well, I'd like to see him come back totally to Twitch. It'd be good. As far as I guess he looks pretty good on Fridays. No. Oh, okay. So yeah, if you have a second device and stuff like that, if you had to go, you can go. I appreciate you being here and stuff like that. So you can at least catch a little bit of because I'm going to end early here and get my day started because. But yesterday there was a big update on PUBG Battlegrounds. Oh, you can't talk. Oh, that's right. I forgot about. Yeah, you're right. If you had a desktop or a laptop, you could comment via the laptop. But the phone you can't, okay? Just so to let you know. I'm not sure. I think you know that. I think I told you that before. If you were to activate his X Live on a laptop, on a web, there's a place off to the right that you can comment on. But on your phone you can't. Yeah, you're right. That's the Android, we're still out there where they don't allow us any or something like that. Yeah, yes, and daughters. Okay, it sits at, yeah. Okay, so and I saw that because I know when Tony D goes on X Live, that's how I talk to him. I can't talk to him on the phone, so and he was on Instagram Live yesterday after he got out of work. But today we'll be seeing what happens today. There was a big update last night on PUBG Battlegrounds on the PC, which I found out this past weekend. I'm not playing it as much. That's why I went with Lord of the Rings Online yesterday when I broadcast, because I can't play rank. So it's just that game is just, it went back down to, okay, I'll just be a casual player on that. And but we'll be checking that out. Yeah, Tina, you have a great day too. We're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day started and see what the day brings on this hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And let's see, I want to say thank you. Let's get back here to the chat. I want to say thank you to Tim Sanforty, our contractor out there in Michigan. Thank you, Tim, for being here. You have a great day, sir. Thank you, Tina, our Jersey girl, coming in on the chat there as well. Thank you to Ted Hicks, the real Ted Hicks, for being here. He's taking a little time as he gets on the train going into the city, New York City, for a day job there. And thank you, Big Juice. Steve, coming in from Ohio. Greatly appreciate you all being here in the chat. I want to say thank you for those people that are watching here on Twitch. Thank you for watching on the replay. And for those folks who are there on Rumble and YouTube, thank you for watching on the replays over there. But this is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, Truth Social, Blue Sky, Instagram Threads. That's where I post my stuff. I need stuff here for the day. And you can see what I'm doing. And I'm also on the Facebook. The public Facebook is The Real Fireman Rich. So they need to take X Live okay. And well, you all have and also T. I forgot. I'm T coming in from UK. Thank you for being here. Thank you, T. I'm sorry. You had a great story with the pheasants, man. I'm gonna always remember that. That was a great story. You have a great day as well, and I appreciate you being here, taking time out. Watching us here. I greatly appreciate your presence. All right, folks, this is Rich Roberts. Exiting stage left. Wishing you all well. You all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again. Great broadcast.